Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. As Chance's impromptu murder investigation gets underway. On Young and Restless, he'll have to question everyone at the chateau in Nice. As Devin pointed out in the weekly preview, they're all suspects. The case will cause massive troubles for one possible suspect, even though they have an ironclad alibi. In fact, it's the alibi itself that will present the problem. While the likes of Jack and Diane roamed the maze, the shocking murder of Damien Kane took place in the statue garden. Phyllis witnessed the tail end of the attack. Kane, of course, was with the victim and his lawyer. Amanda was with Lily, but everyone else has yet to account for their whereabouts at the time of the killing. Whilst floundering in the greenery, Diane wondered aloud to Jack where their son Kyle might be, and who he might be with. Jack worked to assuage her concerns by declaring that he may not trust Audra Charles, but he trusts their son implicitly. We're not sure why he feels this way given Kyle's track record, but that's neither here nor there. Indeed, the last time Young and Restless viewers saw Kyle, he was in Audra's sleeping cabin indulging in a celebratory champagne toast after Kane had agreed to help them salvage their perfume battle publicity campaign. We don't know if things went any further than that. But the bottom line is that whether they hopped into bed together or not, they're now each other's alibi. Unfortunately for Kyle, this is hugely problematic. Word is bound to spread that Kyle and Audra were together at the time of the murder, thus clearing them of suspicion but landing the Abbott in an impossibly horrible situation. Even if he stayed true to Claire, Victor's got the ammunition he needs to make it appear otherwise. Kyle signed a contract promising to leave Genoa City and pay the mustache $5 million smackaroos if he hurt Claire. Guess what? When Grandpa tells his grieving granddaughter that Kyle was canoodling with Audra while she was dealing with the death of her dad, she's gonna be hurt. Yep, Kyle may manage to escape being a suspect in a bloody murder, but his ironclad alibi is set to bring a veritable mountain of trouble down on his head. Soaps readers, do you think Kyle cheated in France? Vote 1. The buzz in Genoa CIT with the normally quiet corridors of Newman Enterprises hummed with the kind of low-key panic that only a murder probe can spark. Newsflash, someone's dead. It wasn't any of the usual suspects. Victor, Nikki, Ashley, Nick. Yet the ripple effect shook them all. The subject of the storm. Spoiler character. The person everyone assumed was safe, riding high on a seemingly flawless alibi, now finds themselves at the epicenter of a scandal. The filed reports show they were miles away, surrounded by witnesses, at the time of the crime. Still, the whispers grow. Could someone with such immovable public proof really be guilty? Or is the truth far more troubling, and far more personal than anyone suspects? 2. Setting the stage. What we think we can. The crime scene. A lavish penthouse overlooking Genoa City's sparkling skyline. A prominent socialite, someone with ties to the Newman or Abbott family, is found murdered late one night. There are no signs of forced entry. The victim was last seen alive at a champagne fundraiser. They never made it home. The ironclad alibi. Spoiler was reported having dinner with multiple witnesses, in public, at least an hour before the murder. There's GPS ping, credit card receipts, social media check-ins. Everything lines up perfectly. A legal fortress. The twist, investigators believe the real culprit used Spoiler as a red herring. By establishing a watertight alibi, suspicion could be deflected elsewhere. But if that's true, who else had motive, means, and enough knowledge of Spoiler's movements? 3. Motives under the microscope. In a world where allies can be enemies and enemies can be family, anyone and everyone could have a secret agenda. But here are the strongest theories. A. The betrayed partner the victim was having an affair, or who thought they were. Whispers swirl that Spoiler might have found out or had a third party tip them off. That domestic betrayal gives powerful motive. The family feud, a long-standing grudge, perhaps dating back before Spoiler was even born, bubbles under the surface. An Abbott-Newman rivalry, a hidden betrayal, a misappropriated inheritance. Someone might still be paying off old scores. C. The shadowy business partner, mega deal gone sour, especially if Spoiler held half the power. A business partner who lost millions might have orchestrated the murder, and the alibi to bury both the body and the evidence of foul play. D.E. The vengeful unknown. Soap operas thrive on hidden figures. Someone you've never seen. A diner waitress who overheard the victim's confession. A lover scorned. An old friend turned obsessed. The danger lies in the unknown. 4. Cracking the alibi, a house of cards. The whole case turns on this. Can an alibi be bulletproof? Of course, not, but how to crack it without a smoking gun. A. The timeline smash. What if the murder time is off? A coroner report revealed time of death estimates are just that, as forensics can be skewed by temperature, the victim's alcohol level, even the background noise of nearby trains. A 2-hour-plus window exists where spoiler could have slipped away. B. The imposter trick. Ever seen one person who looks just like another? On screens we have stunt doubles. In real life, an impersonator could have been captured on security cams, someone who looked enough like spoiler to fool casual witnesses. GPS, pings, credit cards, cell towers, all still point to our suspect, but not them. Someone else. C. The memory hole. Eyewitnesses of In Good Friends can't always recall truthfully. Trauma, drinks, misremembered times. Shadowed face across the table. What if the witnesses simply got the date wrong or were coached to confirm what spoiler did? D. The technical takedown. Who has the skills to hack card machines, sell data, surveillance footage? A techie turned rogue. Someone inside the IT team. You see the swirl. 5. Key players under SERUTINY. This isn't just a dichotomy of innocent versus guilty. It's a web of broken alliances. Spoiler, the hero. Perhaps, but we've seen heroes crack. Their wedding was called off. Business teetered. The family said they found inconsistencies in tax filings. Maybe there was a payoff. Or an encrypted token on their laptop. Friend won. The supportive pal showed up at dinner, vouches for the timeline. But their phone bill shows roaming near the crime scene. Maybe they lied to protect spoiler. Or maybe they're more complicit. Lawyer also at dinner. Knows the system and how to keep things airtight. Firmly states the alibi is unbreakable. But what if they went too far, filing legal motions to slow evidence? That's interference. Family member not present at dinner. Their resentment against spoiler peaked at last month's Thanksgiving. They had motive, didn't they? The opportunity to tamper with evidence when no one was watching. Mysterious figures seen fleeing the penthouse 20 minutes after spoiler's last sighting. Somebody's always unseen until they're spotted. No name, no face, but someone knows them. 6. Fraying edges. Building ton. Seen the bar at Crimson Lights. Spoiler sits in a private booth, hands clenched. Across, a detective flicks a business card. Your alibi's strong, the detective says. But someone's helping keep it that way. We just need proof there's interference. Spoiler taps the card. I didn't do this, they whisper. I swear. Cut to the mysterious figure outside, watching, recording on their phone. Cut to dawn at the precinct. Cell records in a corkboard display. A ping crosses into a suspicious cell tower near the penthouse. Proof. Not yet, but heat is building. 7. Tension point. If they're innocent, who's the real killer? Maybe the murderer isn't out to protect the alibi, they're out to bury it. To bury spoiler. Or maybe they are trying to keep it standing. For now, 2 different paths. Path A. Real murderer is framing spoiler. They plant evidence. A glove with spoiler's fingerprints. Carefully wiped with DNA eraser. They paid off witnesses to ensure the alibi looked too perfect because no one would suspect anyone so obviously covered. But their greed is sloppy. Digital breadcrumbs. Hidden in deleted emails. Path B. The alibi is genuine but the killer is someone else. An old vendetta with the victim explodes. Someone hides motives, disguises themselves, and leaves spoiler as collateral damage because it makes the case more sensational, more profitable. Maybe spoiler simply knows enough to be in serious danger. Hints about a crime ring. They didn't kill, but they're both next. Point 8. The world shifts. Consequences of a murder. TRAL. If the investigation cracks, Genoa City shifts overnight. Reputations destroyed. The Abbott and Newman names are dragged through the mud. Stock takes a plunge. Cities gossip. Romantic fallout. Who defends spoiler in court? Spouses, colleagues, partners who must decide, love or survival. Triangles. He's not your brother. You're just like Victoria. You never loved me. Feelings swirl. Alliances fracture. Economic upheaval. Rossitech Newman merch. Niche winery. House of Cards. Courtroom showdown. Cinematic. The detective points to a server room. A key fob. Access logs show someone copied right before the murder. A record of your restaurant's camera footage. The judge's gavel trembles. A hush falls. Spoiler stands hands, shaking. Point 9. The big reveal. Who really did it? Possible climaxes. Best laid plot. Lawyer or techie secretly works for a competitor. A single keystroke, and the alibi is undone. The killer smirked at the monitor. Family betrayal. A sibling, jealous of spoiler S success,